Hey, what's up, Rogues Gallery? It's your boy You're Strange with another episode of The Arena. Norwegian rappers, Poe Rich vs. O'Shea, Kid Twist in 360, more Summer Madness, and why exactly I don't like Dizaster. All of these things and more coming up after the credits.
They say impossible could never be done, but is it possible that I'll be the one? So any obstacle will be overcome with every chord that has never been sung. So I tell them like, I know it, I know it, I know that I'm here to stay. But what's time and where's here? You have X amount of minutes.
You know, it seems like every time I say I'm gonna cover a certain topic at the end of my videos, I never get to it. So I'm just gonna stop doing that altogether and just say whatever comes up, I'll cover. Although I did say I was gonna cover easy targets, getting jerked for the win, and choking. I suppose I can at least cover one of those. Let's talk about choking. Now, I'm of the school of thought as there are three styles of, choking. Even though they're not all choking, there are three screw-ups in a rap battle, each with their own varying degrees of, You know, the word escapes me? Anyway, I'm sure you all know exactly what I'm saying. No, you don't. No, you don't at all. Basically, there are three ways to screw up a rap battle. The most common one is the choke. A choke is very easy to catch and very easy to define. A choke is when a rapper starts rapping and then stops. That is a choke. Here's a perfect example of a choke.
You're about to catch a beating! You rocked a set of cheese strings for arms!
Shut up! Down. Are you serious? Keep it down.
Shut the fuck up at the bar! Yeah.
Get it.
A choke is incredibly difficult to recover from. Chances are, if you feel yourself starting to choke, the best thing for you to do is just to end the round right there, because the longer the choke lasts, the worse it's going to be for you. Oh, I should probably preamble this by saying that regardless of these three major screw-ups, you can still actually win a rap battle regardless. I'll explain why by the end of this, but we need to continue. Number two is not as bad as a choke, but it can lead to a choke if it's not handled correctly. What am I talking about, you ask? The stumble. A stumble is when a rapper stumbles over their words while still rapping. The difference between a choke and a stumble is, a choke, there's no rapping at all, it's just silence. While a stumble, you're actually still talking, just you're not very coherent. Perfect example of a stumble.
And you're not a Voltron gangster, you're like a Voltron Klingon. Your shirt is like, I took your shirt, I fisted like
Again, a stumble can be handled correctly, because 9 times out of 10 when a rapper stumbles, it just means that they're thinking faster than they're rapping. So they're like a few lines ahead of a couple of bars in their mind while they're just getting up to that point while they're rapping. Whereas a choke means you've probably forgot your stuff. The third one is very rare, but I've seen it happen more than enough times to include it in this list. And it's kind of a choke, but it's not really a choke. The third one is called the false start. The false start can be perceived as a choke, but it's not really a choke. Once again, in order for a choke to occur, you have to start rapping and then stop. Period. Whereas a false start can only occur when you're not prepared to rap. Perfect example of a false start.
Final round speeds of the champion, Bender, king of the dot, Doomsday, go! Hey, hold it down.
I got a baseball signal in here. There we go. Let's go. Cheers. Listen.
Now, a lot of people think Bender choked there, but I don't think so, because again, he didn't start rapping yet. What I'm saying is he wasn't mentally prepared to engage his bars yet. It's like you know, trying to build up momentum again. You know, it's just, you don't have it yet. You're not quite there yet, and you kind of have to rapidly get there, and then it's really, you know, kind of a psychological thing. Stage actors suffer from this as well. I know, because I've been a stage actor and I've seen it happen more than once. In cases like false starts, you know the material, but it's just you're not prepared to present it, or you feel like you've missed a cue to present that material. And so you kind of have to reset everything in your mind to present that material. With that being said, I will say this about chokes, stumbles, and false starts and all of that. They do not decide the entire battle. I am sick and tired of people saying, "Oh, he choked, he lost the battle, he choked." No! Choking in one round does not cost you the entire battle. Choking in one round can cost you the round if your opponent doesn't choke himself. Again, what do I always say, people? Rap battles are Mortal Kombat rules. 3 rounds. If you take 2, you win the battle, and the 3rd round doesn't matter. But yet, there is a group of people out there who insist that if you choke in 1 round, you lose the entire battle.
Bullshit.
Just wanted to get that out there because I felt that really needed to be said. There, that one's off the list. What's next? Let's talk about Poe Rich versus O'Shea. Actually, I'll be getting to Poe Rich later on in this video, so it's kind of good that I brought this up. Now, as I said before, the Poe Rich O'Shea matchup was not exactly the best idea. I wouldn't have paired those two up. I would have given Poe Rich someone like Gasps or Depth. That would have been a little bit more interesting of a battle. As I like O'Shea, okay, fine, I'll go for the easy route. I respect O'Shea, but I don't think he was quite up there as far as competition for Poe Rich exactly. This is taking nothing away from O'Shea. He's good, but that was by far the best performance I've seen out of Poe Rich since the 2-on-2 Grand Prix, which he's just been dominating. But in this battle with O'Shea, I mean, he really like pulled it out. That was insane. I would love to see him battle Awkwards. I think that would be a more interesting match, Poe Rich versus Awkwards, rather than Roan versus Awkwards. And from what I hear, Awkwards got bodied, so yeah. So yeah, definitely a good look for Poe Rich. Kid Twist's 360. This was a battle I was really looking forward to, and I gotta say, out of all the World Domination battles, I'm kind of disappointed in this one, because 360 is a really hilarious dude. It was pretty much a mirror match. That whole, you know, they both have the similar styles and whatnot, and 360 had some chokes, had some stumbles, and it just wasn't a good look for him at the moment. I think it really would have been a close matchup, but Kid Twist was just body bag line after body bag line. It was insane. I hope Kid Twist, you know, keeps coming back. I'm definitely looking forward to whatever his next battle is going to be. Frankly, I want to see Kid Twist versus Roan. I think that battle has been long overdue, and it would really be interesting because they're both very witty dudes, so I think that battle needs to happen. All in all, I'm really hoping 360 comes back and kind of redeems himself, because that, I mean, he would have done great if he hadn't stumbled, so I'm really hoping he comes back. But the battle I've been waiting for, Nelsum Skills versus Roan. Now, as I've been saying a lot, I've been really interested to see what these international cats do. I mean, they got Sweden, Norway, the Philippines there, and these guys are absolutely insane. Henry Bowers alone has impressed me very much. I really liked his battle with Cheddar Cheese. It was insane. Best performance I've seen out of Cheddar Cheese in a while. But Henry Bowers, whew, good stuff. And I know everybody says this, but keep in mind, these people are rapping in their like 3rd, or second language. It's insane. And Nilsum Skills, what I've been hearing a lot about him, and I've seen a couple of his battles, I've heard some of his music. Dude's been on like a mad winning streak in Base Mentality for a while now, and like Irate said, God help whoever has to battle him in Norwegian, because that would be rough. Dude is hella talented, and I did have him for the win there. Of course, I would have given that battle to Roan, but I'd have to watch it again because I've only watched it like twice, and I haven't sat down and did like a full breakdown, review, analysis, and all that other stuff. So, because I don't do judged battles, you know. So, I would have given that to Roan, but I can definitely see where they were going with Nils and why they voted for Nils, because he had some very sick rebuttals. Plus, he took Roan's whole and I'm American as shit line, which he used against 360.
And I'm American as shit! I'm Honest Dave mixed with Johnny Wayne, mixed with John McCain, mixed with John McClane. Yo, so
that's right, I'm anti-American as shit. I'm Saddam Hussein with Che Guevara's brain, Osama's rage, and the balls of the soldiers who sent you home from Nam and Shay.
Which ironically was the first Rome battle I watched, so when Nils went into that whole rhyme scheme there, I was greatly impressed, and I knew exactly where it came from, and I laughed my ass off. So I'm really hoping Nils comes back to KOTD, and they, like, give him somebody else, because that dude needs to come back. He is hilarious, he's awesome, his flip game is really good, and he's really awesome to watch, and I really hope he comes back. Same thing for Roan too. At this point in time, the last international dude I'm really looking forward to seeing is Shazam, with his battle against Tricky P. We all know Tricky P is like a crazy freestyle artist and whatnot. Now, I don't know much about Shazam, but I've seen his 2-on-2s he did with Nilsum Skills, and I can definitely see where he would have some, you know, why he would be competition for Tricky P. So I'm looking forward to that battle. Oh yeah, did I forget about Thesaurus and Urk? Because that battle is going to be insane. Both of those guys are like crazy sick, but I really don't know where KOTD is regarding the footage and all that, so I don't know if those battles are ever going to get released or if they have like the footage for it and all that other stuff, but yeah, I just really hope I get to see those, because D-Lord versus Definition is going to be great. Thesaurus versus Urg is going to be sick. Also, Bender versus Ilmac. I would comment on this battle, but what really needs to be said? Damn! That about sums it up. Now it's time to jump into a little bit of controversy. For those of you who know me from Facebook or who follow KOTD on Facebook, you should know that they just announced DNA versus Dizaster. I made a comment earlier expressing my dislike of Dizaster, which was met with some very negative comments, and asking me why and if I knew anything about rap music in general, blah 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 blah. And I figured I owe it to my viewers to at least explain why I really don't like Dizaster. Let me preamble this by saying that I do not know Dizaster personally. I've only seen his interviews and his after battle stuff, and he seems like a really nice dude. So no, I'm not gonna sit here and blast Dizaster as a person. I will, however, critique Dizaster as a rapper, and as a rapper, I absolutely can't stand him. Now here's the reason why. The reason why I don't like Dizaster is kind of tied into the criticism I get constantly on these videos regarding my voice. Understand something, I was born with this voice. It's something that I really can't change. So I kind of have to work with what I got. Dizaster, on the other hand, is able to change his rap style. And as far as I'm concerned, Dizaster's rapping style really isn't a style. It's really shouting really fast and rhyming a bunch of words together really loud. It just looks very sloppy, there's no real technique to it, and it's just... well, it pretty much sounds like this.
What you thought, I was really gonna come out and spit a bunch of Canadian hate raps? It's funny because that was the angle I was originally aimed at. And then I realized that Arab rhymes with plane crash. How fucking great's that? Yo. I said I dropped atomic bombs that are off the Richter. I'm a new Islamic demonic Hitler. I'll roll through your house, fuck your mom and sister, then I'll show your father.
All the little warriors know that the power of the ultimate warrior is something that you want to feel.
Tell me I'm wrong. That's what I thought. Dizaster is the biggest offender of this, but there are other people whose styles I don't exactly like. For example, I'm none too keen on Poe Rich's style either, but at least he is coherent when he raps, and you can hear his punchlines consistently. With Dizaster, his punchlines are going so fast that they just fly right by you, and it's like you don't really have time to react, because by the time you do react, he's already like 40 punchlines into his next, bars, and it's like, it really becomes grating to listen to at a certain point. The only thing I'm saying about Dizaster is if he just slowed down when he raps, he would be that much greater. But because he tries to do it so rapidly, it becomes grating to listen to and kind of annoying, at least for me. Now, I won't take anything away from Dizaster performance-wise. He has great energy, he's wonderful to see on camera, but that's about it. Because his rapping style just gets on my nerves, and he can change that. As far as I'm concerned, the best battler out there, in my opinion, as far as performance-wise, style-wise, delivery, punchlines, and all that, Miracle. Give him a listen.
If you're the spokesperson for dope verses, you're the broke version. When I think of you, I picture the album I won't purchase, An Old Virgin. You should be happy to stand amongst me. You're nothing but a camera junkie. Your bars are candy, munchies, you're a ham, you're lunch meat. You might be able to scam the country, but you bite so many rhymes that I'm surprised you don't have damaged front teeth. Bitch, I'll play Twister with your sister, and then I'll fist her until my fist hurts and it's blistered. I mean, so you...
Very clear, very concise, beautiful cadence. Dude is just the perfect package. Hugo, get off Miracle's nuts. Fine. Anyway, that'll do it for me here on The Arena. I'm not going to say what I'm going to cover in my next episode, because I really don't know what I'm going to cover. Although I'm hoping it'll be the Math Calico battle or the Conceited T-Rex battle. Seriously, URL, what the hell is going on over there? Also, be sure to check out Leave It on the Mic, hosted on Blog Talk Radio, hosted by Jesse Rican, featuring yours truly. We have our first interview on there with Johnny Storm. Link is in the description box. Anyway, join me next time for The Arena. I have to go cook some steak, but before we conclude this episode, here's a nugget of wisdom from Tech 9.
Your first album, Weed Plate, with burn marks. Ice.
Oh, Tech 9, how you make me laugh. That'll do it for me, you guys. Peace.